So I know we've been in here before, but this is currently my office, which needs a bit more work into it. If you can just look there, it's a bit of a mess. Well, it's not too bad. It feels a little bit sometimes like a prison cell, but this is going to be like a London-based film studio for doing creative stuff here in Westminster. So I've got loads of film lighting arriving. I'm going to do some stuff with the room as well. So still very much basic. It's a bit small, but we can do a lot with small things. Anyway, I'm not sure if this will even make it in the vlog, but I'm going to tell you about London. Salad eating. Let's get on the tube. Paddington Bear was one who eventually found a home in London, and for over 2,000 years, millions of people have done the same thing. London is a fantastic place, whether you're gay or straight, young or old, black or white. London has so much to offer. Why? Because in London you can find the world on your doorstep. London, I would say, is one of the very few places, if not the only place on the planet, where almost the whole world is represented within a few miles. Now, I first visited London in 1986 with my family, staying just across the river from Westminster near the Oval Cricket Ground. And I didn't visit again until 1998. I'm from a little northern town called Fleetwood, so it's quite a bit of a distance. You're talking 5 hours drive to get to London. And just as much as I saw it a lot on the telly, I had no particular reason to go there with my parents. In 98, we went to Wembley to watch England play out an incredibly boring draw against Saudi Arabia. We were both incredibly hungover, and it wasn't such a great game, but it was great to have that experience of being back in London, and I got some of the London bug. In 2004, I came down for a long summer weekend, and I knew I had to move down there. I knew that if I was to test myself musically, if I was to fully experience what this country had to offer me, if I was to give it a go, I had to move down to London. And it was in 2005 that I took that giant step to move down to the capital and start my college course. In 2006, I met Katie, and we had an amazing time dating and going out around London as students. We didn't have a lot of money, we didn't need a lot of money. It was an amazing place to be a young couple. But for me, the big test came in our relationship in March 2007 when I was on my own in London when Katie went back to Belfast for a few weeks, and I lasted 3 days before I was on a plane to Belfast. We decided to make our home in Belfast, and whilst at the back of my mind I knew that I hadn't finished with London, I always thought I'd come back one day, and I was oversold the dream in Belfast a little bit. But London still had me. It still called to me like the sirens in Homer's Iliad. It was desperately drawing me back to it, and I just knew that I hadn't finished with London, and London hadn't finished with me. We moved back to England in 2011, and one of the first trips that we took, just Katie, Amy and I, was to London. In fact, we went to Buckingham Palace and told Amy she was going to see the Queen. She took it quite literally and had an absolute breakdown when she couldn't get in to see the Queen. We had to persuade her that the Queen was indeed waving at her from Buckingham Palace. But I suppose to a 2-year-old, you get told you're going to go and see the Queen, you expect to go and see the Queen, not to sit outside her house. And for the last 3 years, I've worked in London every week. And the sheer scale of the place still impresses me. The buzz of the place, the amount of different accents and languages I hear on the tube, on the train and everything really, really impresses me. It is a truly global city. But 2.5 weeks ago, this happened.
Shortly before 1 o'clock on Wednesday morning, an inferno broke out in a tower block in West London.
And yesterday I took a diversion to Grenfell Tower.
But don't you have a limit?
تقبل خلاص لا تقبل خلاص والله ما عندنا حل في داخل.
When I got there and I got off the Hammersmith and City line at Latimer Road, you were right next to the tower. It's a very eerie sight. It is not lost on you that there are still dead bodies inside that building. You go round a short distance and you see debris on top of a children's playground. And I didn't feel it appropriate to do a piece to camera when I got there. I planned it all, I planned what I was going to say, but when I got there I just thought, I just cannot do this piece to camera here. It's just not right. London is an amazing place, but it is extremely expensive. And I know it's the same in other cities in the world. I know it's the same in New York, I know it's the same in Tokyo. As I said, it doesn't necessarily matter what race you are, what sexuality you are, even what age you are, but it does seem to matter how rich you are and how poor you are. I'm not offering up answers here, I'm just an observer. And in the true sense of a vlog, I'm just stating down what I found when I got there and what my love affair is with London. But London has a dark scar on its landscape now, and that is Grenfell Tower. And how it deals with that scar will define how London grows or declines as a 21st century city. London's faced many challenges. In the 20th century, it faced the Blitz. It faced IRA bombing campaigns. It faced 7/7 earlier this century. It's faced terrorist attacks this year. But Grenfell Tower is different. Grenfell Tower, if you're around London, go. Maybe don't take your camera. I felt uneasy with the camera there, but I wanted to bring it to the attention of you guys who watch my vlog. There's no happy, jovial line on this. It was a very sobering experience yesterday, and I think everyone in Britain, in fact everyone in the world to a certain extent, given the fact that London is a global city, it needs to remember, as a number of post-its and flyers that were dropped over the area said yesterday, human first, people before profit. What does it profit someone to own the whole world and yet lose your soul? I'm sorry it's not a happy vlog today. Happy ending anyway. But thank you for watching. I'm going to be back with a normal vlog tomorrow, so
Mm-hmm.